Hello guys, I wanted to do a quick video while I'm working on the couch part 2 project, and I'm going to show you how to make a proper anvil out of a piece of railroad track with very basic tools, no welding or anything, and still get a usable anvil out of it. So the first thing you'll need, and probably the hardest step to do, is finding a piece of railroad track. I was lucky. I had a friend who had one on their property and they gave it to me for free. You might not be as lucky and you could try searching on Craigslist or eBay, but at that point people know that there's some value in it, so you might be paying 50 bucks for one. Or you could look around scrap yards, ask around and see if you can find one. So once you get your piece of railroad track and it's the right size you want, you're going to have to find a way to cut it and grind it. And it's possible to do it all with a hacksaw and the file, but that's going to take a crazy amount of patience and you're going to have to really drink your protein shakes to do it that way. And the alternative is a 4.5-inch angle grinder. You can get one for 50-60 bucks. I'd really recommend getting one of these backing pads with sanding pads on them. Mine are 60 grit, because they give you a really flat surface compared to flap discs, which a lot of people use. Those have an angle on them and it's going to be really hard for you to get a flat surface on your anvil without using one of these. And with that you can cover the entire thing and get a flat surface grinded on the top, which I'm going to do in a second. So that was about a minute of grinding just to show you. I'm going to finish it off camera, but if you keep at it for about half an hour you should have the whole piece ground down, probably less depending on how flat yours is already. So I'm getting ready to drill my 1/2-inch hole, and of course it's with the table lowered all the way, it's just a little bit too high to be able to start the hole. So I'm just going to start it with a hand drill and then try to jam it in there. So I managed to get it on, barely. Now let's see if it'll actually drill. It is moving, so it should be fine. Yep. See if I can get it out now. Oh. Take the drill bit and drop it right through. So the hole is done for now at 1/2-inch, and you probably noticed I did the 2 cutouts on the sides here. I did it with an oxyacetylene torch, and you could do the same thing with a plasma cutter, but that's not very common to come across. So if you've only got an angle grinder, there's no reason to make it round as far as I know, so you could just make 2 straight cuts and then make 2 angle cuts that'll pop out that square, and then you just grind away this lower area in here with something. You can even do it with a hacksaw just like everything else. And I also did half of the horn so you could see, and I'm going to do the other half on camera. I ground this down just so it's smooth and looks nice, and the horn I round it over completely on one side. I'm going to do the exact same thing on this side and then go over everything with a file. And now the last step, I'm going to go over everything with a file and get it to a nice round edge. I don't want any things like this standing up where it's got flat spots. I want everything to be round where it's supposed to be and everything flat where it's supposed to be, so it's going to take a little while. And as a finishing touch, I'm going to paint it with my safety blue trim clad that I painted my workbench with and a bunch of my other tools. And there it is, guys. Overall, I think it was a pretty easy project, and I know it took some shortcuts with some bigger tools, but all you really need is an angle grinder to do 90% of the work, and you could finish it off in a weekend if you have a railroad track piece. I'm really happy with how the horn turned out. It's really nice and round. It's gonna let me do some nice blacksmithing projects that I guess will be coming up with this made. Let me know what you think, and if you have any ideas of what I should make using the anvil now, let me know, and hope you enjoyed the video.